Hi, I'm Mark from Hiking Adventures with Mark Winfield. Welcome to Nova Scotia. Today we're going to talk about my day pack and what I carry with me. My situation is a little bit different from some. Most of the time when I go hiking, it is with my wife Patty, and she's an avid photographer, and in her pack she carries all of her photographic gear, which is very heavy. And I carry the safety gear that we should all take into the wilderness with us. When you go hiking, it has been long recommended that you bring with you at least the 10 essential items on this list so that if something happens, you've got some tools to help yourself with. One of the essential pieces of gear that I carry is my watch. I used to carry a Garmin runner's watch, which is almost like a smartwatch, and certainly I know lots of people that have Apple Watches and similar devices. The issue with them, I find, is battery life. Now this watch is solar powered, it also has a battery, and it has a built-in compass, it has a built-in altimeter, and also a barometer that is useful for predicting changes in the weather. It obviously keeps time, and it's a great sturdy watch. I've had this for about a year now, and I'm very pleased with this. This is the pack that I carry. It's a Mountaintop brand that I bought on Amazon about 3 years ago. It's a great pack. It was not expensive, about $50. It's proven to be very durable. It's 40 liters and does everything I want it to do. It's a bit unique because it's got a lot of attachment points here on the back section. We do 4-season hiking, and when we hike in the winter, we also carry our snowshoes. And many of the packs, the only way you could carry them was to have them across the top. And the trouble with that is when you're walking in the woods, it knocks the snow off the trees down onto you, and I try and avoid that. Whereas with these attachment points, I'm able to have the snowshoes against the back of the pack flat. This is a very comfortable pack to carry, even if I've got a heavy load with snowshoes and so on. It has nice wide straps. It has load levelers. I don't find it hot to carry. The air seems to flow through the back. We have waist straps that are very comfortable. I rely on those a lot, particularly when I'm carrying a load. And of course, any pack needs to have sternum straps, and the sternum straps, of course, are adjustable. And they have this little whistle in here, but the whistle doesn't work. So the lesson there is that you should test out your equipment, even simple things like that. A whistle is an important piece of safety gear, and it's far more effective to blow a whistle if you need help than try and scream at the top of your lungs. The pack has 3 compartments. It's got a large main compartment. It has a water container sleeve. I don't use that, but many people do. And it's got a large compartment there. It's got a mid-sized compartment that I've put a pencil case kind of container in, and that's where I can put my watch and my keys and anything else that I want to put there. And it's got a smaller front compartment. It has pockets on either side for your water bottles, or I put my hiking poles in there. The cinch straps are handy for keeping your poles in place. It has attachments so you can carry an ice axe, which I carry in the winter. I carry this polyester camp towel, which comes in different sizes, and I would not leave home without this. It absorbs water, but it also dries very quickly. I just hang my spade here for leave no trace burying my bathroom duties. And I have a couple of things attached here. I've got this little doodad that I like, and it's not quite a knife, but it's handy for opening things and peeling oranges and the like. And also I carry a pillbox with 4 low-dose aspirin in it. Anybody who's taken first aid knows that if somebody's having a heart attack, you administer the low-dose aspirin and it's beneficial to them. Part of the essential gear that you should take on a hike with you is rain gear. And this is our rain kit. It consists of a rain jacket. This is a Mountain Hardwear rain jacket. We also have a pair of rain pants, which these are from LL Bean. We also carry a pair of lightweight gloves and this helmet liner, which makes a great emergency hat. We store each of our rain kits in this zip bag to keep things organized. These are the items that I bring with me on a day hike. This would be typical food for just a few-hour day hike. This would be my snacks for on the trail. Trail mix, which used to be called GORP, G-O-R-P, good old raisins and peanuts, and some granola bars. And this, which is 2 Cliff bars, I keep in my safety kit separate from my snacks. I always have a big supply of napkins and tissues. They don't weigh anything at all. I also have doggy bags here because I sometimes hike with my dog, and also they're handy for bringing out the soiled tissue after going to the bathroom. You can never bring too many of these Ziploc bags for carrying things, for carrying out soiled tissues. They are just the handiest things to have on the trail. This is my first aid kit, which is quite robust. And among other things, it's got bandages and tapes. And here in these pill boxes, which I find very handy, I have ibuprofen, which is Advil, and acetaminophen, which is Tylenol. I also have low-dose aspirin in case I come across someone who's having a heart attack. And in this little green pill case, I carry a 1-day supply of my own personal prescriptions in case I unexpectedly have to spend a night in the woods. And this little knife, Swiss Army knife, which weighs about 0.7 of an ounce, is just the greatest little thing to have in the kit. It's got great little scissors, it's got a little penknife, it's got little tweezers, it also has a little toothpick, and I keep that in my first aid kit all the time, even though I separately carry a knife for around camp. This kit is for 2, Patty and I, and so I carry 2 of these emergency blankets. These are the 2-person size of the blankets. And I also carry this emergency bivvy, and what it essentially is it's a sleeping bag shaped bag that you would crawl into. So if you had an injured person, you would put them in the bag and be able to bundle them up, and it would keep them sheltered and dry and warm. This is my fire starter kit. Of course, we have an ordinary propane lighter. I have this InstaStart fire starter, which is material that you can use to start a fire. It'll basically catch on fire and help you get the wood lit. And then I have this container, which has in it has matches and is also a whistle, because as I mentioned before, the whistle on my sternum strap doesn't work very well. And this little device happens to also have a rudimentary compass. One thing you need to remember when you load this up with matches, make sure you get the matches that will strike anywhere. You don't want to have the safety style matches, because they will only ignite themselves with the right kind of striker, which you might not have in the woods. This is my lighting kit. It consists of black diamond spot headlamps, which are great little units. I've used these, and Patty's used them for hiking at night on trails. They shed lots of light. They also have the red safety light, and they have good battery life. so one for each for Patty and I. We also have spare batteries for that. They take 3 of these batteries, so we have spares. The other thing I have here, this is a pencil e-light, and this is also a headlamp, but it only sheds a relatively small amount of light compared to this, but it's got extremely long battery life. Now this would be not what you'd probably want to go hiking at night, though in a pinch it would work. But for a round camp, or if for some reason you needed to keep a light on all night, this little rig is the thing to have, because it's got a 12 or 14 hour battery life, which is extremely long for a headlamp. And I keep the batteries in this little Nalgene container. This is my water kit. I use smart water bottles for carrying water in, and these are lightweight and they last forever. They also work with my Sawyer filter. I've had Sawyer filters for a long time. This is a Sawyer Mini, and it will clean the filthiest water and make it absolutely fit to drink. I have this CNOC water bag, which I purchased separately from the filter, and basically what you do is you take this end off here, and it opens up the bag here, which makes it very easy to get water in from a stream or a water source. You screw the filter down here, you have it filled with water, you put this back on, and now it's a water bag, and you can squeeze the bag and fill your water bottle with through the filter. This is my little emergency repair kit. I carry a titanium cup. I'm surprised, or never really understood, why the list of 10 items didn't include a metal cup. If you had to melt snow, how else are you going to do it with your fire, unless you have some sort of metal container that you can work with. This is my camp knife, which is a Gerber US1. It is the greatest knife. It's a lock blade, only weighs 1 ounce. And I have 3 of these, and I just love them. I always bring these items along. This is a 5,000 milliamp battery pack that I can use to charge my electronics. This is a roll of duct tape. Duct tape is excellent for making repairs to gear. And this is trail marking tape. This is Dyneema composite fiber rope, used to be called Cuban fiber. It is extremely strong, even though it's thin and lightweight. It's 480 pound test, and it doesn't weigh anything. I used to carry paracord, and paracord is great, though it's not as strong as this. It's thicker than this, but it is much heavier. So this is an ultralight accessory. You may have guessed I'm a bit of a neat nut, and so therefore I have bags of different types that I keep all of this organized in. This is my ditty bag that it all goes in except for my rain gear. Here is my bag all packed up with everything I bring. I still have lots of room to add any equipment or clothing I want to bring. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you outdoors, and hike safely.